All right, we are about to dive into a piece of ancient wisdom that honestly asks one of the biggest questions you can ask. Who are you really? It's this idea that's captivated people for literally centuries, and today we're going to break it all down. So just think about it for a second. Are you your body? Your hands, your feet, the thoughts that are just popping into your head right now? Or is there something more, something deeper, some permanent you that's just experiencing all of this? Well, an ancient text actually gives us a really profound way to look at this. It says our existence isn't just one single thing. Nope. It's actually made up of two totally distinct parts that are always interacting. And trust me, this is where it starts to get really, really cool. Okay, so on one side, you've got what's called the field. The best way to think about this, it's everything that's temporary, everything that changes. Your body, your thoughts, your feelings. It's born, it lives, it dies. But then, on the other side, you have the knower. Now, this is the soul. It's the eternal, totally unchanging observer that just watches everything happening in the field. It's kind of like you're the silent audience member watching the wild movie of your own life. And the teaching itself puts it so simply, it's beautiful. Know the body as the field, and the soul as the knower of the field. See? The whole idea here is that you're not the field itself. You're the one who knows the field, the one who's aware of it. You aren't the passing storm of anger or sadness. You're the huge, endless sky that storm is just passing through. Right, so that's the big question, isn't it? If we are this eternal knower, then how do we actually connect with it? How do we tune out all the noise from the field so we can hear that quiet observer inside? The good news is, this teaching doesn't just leave us hanging. It actually shows us the way. All right, let's talk about the path to wisdom and how to actually cultivate these qualities. It's less about what you do on the outside and way more about who you are on the inside. So here they are, the qualities that are said to get us there. Humility, nonviolence, forgiveness, simplicity, devotion, detachment, and self-control. Now, don't just see this as a list. Think of these as your toolkit. Every single one of them helps quiet the ego, quiet all the distractions from the field. And when that noise goes down, the voice of the knower gets clearer. Take forgiveness, for example. When you forgive, you stop replaying that same old movie in your head, right? And that frees up so much space to just be here now. Okay, so what does all this ancient wisdom mean for all today? In our crazy, busy modern world. Let's break it down into 3 really practical life lessons. Lesson number 1 is a big one. Stop identifying only with your body and your circumstances. Your job, your follower count, what you look like in the mirror, all of that, that's the field. And guess what? It's all going to change. This teaching is all about reminding us that our real identity, that knower deep inside, is way more stable, way more real than any of them. And that brings us right to lesson number 2. We have to cultivate those inner qualities like humility and compassion. If our real worth isn't tied up in all that external stuff, then it has to come from the inside, right? Qualities like these, they become the true measurement of how connected we are to that deeper self. And lesson 3, man. This one really challenges how we think about success today. Real growth is spiritual, not just material. Look, having nice things is fine, but this wisdom tells us that the real, lasting growth, that's all spiritual. It's about expanding your awareness, deepening that connection to be knower inside you. So, at the end of the day, what's the core teaching here? It's pretty simple and pretty powerful. Look beyond appearances. Look past the chaos of the constantly changing field and focus on building that deep, solid connection to your own inner awareness. Because that right there is where real wisdom is found. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. If you are the knower, the conscious observer of this whole show called your life, what are you going to focus on in your field today? What thoughts, what actions are you going to choose? Because ultimately, that choice is all yours.